I came into the kitchen at your old house once, and Mom was sitting at the kitchen table, and I came walking in with my camera. I think it was either my camera or my phone or whatever. And I sat down at the table, and she was sitting there, and I started talking to her. I said, "What do you think about this new internet thing, or whatever?" You know, I started talking to her about the internet. She said, "Well, I don't know." And then she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm filming you. I got the video camera on." She said, "I thought so," and she chuckled a little bit. I got like 30 seconds of Will, and I think it's the only time I ever did it. So it's the one I was on. I was on the internet about a month ago. I was on the internet, and Katie was saying something about how she missed Lil, Grandma, you know. And she was talking about Grandma, and then so I took that off of my computer, and I put it onto the Facebook, so that you could open it up and you could see that video, right? Well, I dumped it onto YouTube, and then I just put it's a long story, but it's kind of like you put it one place, and then you give them the address so that they can click on that, and it'll go right to that spot. So that, you know, Lil's 30 seconds of film is on YouTube now. And she got a kick out of it. Kathy saw it, got a kick out of it, everything. So I just thought it was, you know, I was talking to you about that before. It makes sense to, if we're going to have some conversations, to maybe chat with you a little bit. And
it takes some people a lot of time. They may be as smart as a whip, but some things just don't sink into them until you get their head bashed in a few times. And
so, Mom, what do you think about this new internet stuff?
Interesting.
What do you mean it's interesting?
What are you doing there?
Huh?
What are you doing there?
I'm taking a video of you.
Yeah, I thought so. So why do you think about that?
Kinda messing with you there, I'm sorry.
I know.
that's pretty neat.
See, your kitchen? Remember your kitchen?
Yeah.
So you know exactly where
What do
she's
you
sitting.
think about this new internet stuff? Interesting.
What do you mean it's interesting?
What are you doing there?
Huh?
What are you doing there?
I'm taking a video of you.
Yeah, I thought so. So why do you think about that?
Kinda messing with you there, I'm sorry.
I know.
So I put that on the internet, on YouTube, so that it was easy. Well, it makes it easier for them to get it on Facebook. But
What do you think about?
yeah, but the problem is it's the only one I got. You know,
Yeah.
that kind of sucks, right?
It was a heck of a lot, Do you have one of those home movie or what is it?
Video camera?
A family thing? A family
Oh, that the movie, the
Yeah.
video that you guys turned into a movie.
Yeah.
I think I might have that someplace, but
I got one too. I thought I had one here. I think there's one in here too. But you asked about it. I said I didn't find it the other day. I think I went through that thought I seen it in there. I think. So then if you wanted to use it, go ahead.
well, I want to convert it into digital.
Oh, okay.
Is what I want to do, which is simple enough, but basically just take it off. Oh, do you have that? So he says, I get this call and I go to they don't have heat in their room. So he goes to the hotel room or whatever, it's a suite, or condo or whatever. He says he goes to it and there's 3 women in their 40s, and they're all, oh Christ, there's good champagne wine glasses all over the place and everything, he said. And it was working, they just didn't know how to work it, whatever, but he was thinking, oh Christ, I think I'm going to have a problem this weekend.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I bet it.
Bunch of horned up women. Yeah, so I think that's gonna work out. It's just keep your nose clean. Don't open your big mouth. Just do your job, and
Yeah.
you know.
Right. Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, people just naturally realize that there's work to be done, and the ones that are better at it than other people somehow or other end up reaching higher levels. But he didn't like titles, he didn't like, you know, they had to have the straw boss, and they had to have the foreman, and they had to have the plant supervisor, but they just didn't call him that stuff because he didn't care for titles, and he didn't care for, you know, you have specific areas of responsibility. You know, if somebody happened to gravitate towards shipping because that's what they liked to do, or that's what they were good at, or that's what they knew, they ended up gravitating towards shipping. It wasn't like all of a sudden you become the shipping manager, right? It was pretty interesting. It's all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, that's quite a book. They said they showing pictures on TV about something like that. They showed a picture of him standing there, and he looks just like my dad. That's my dad's area. He dressed the hair combed the same way.
Yeah, right.
That's that picture I got in there. I think, boy, that looks like him. The guy he was 8 years old when I died, and I never seen much of him before that, so it's the only picture I got of him. That came off of a big picture. Somebody had one taken. Him and his brother Otto, and Uncle Matt, my stepfather at the time. He had no Model T, new at the time. They'd go someplace fishing, and they'd come back with bathtubs, or big old, you know, these wash tubs full of fish, and show them camp. That's what the picture was taken of him camping out. He was cooking fish, and they just cut that part off. And somebody made that picture for me. I got it hanging on the dresser in there.
Really? I'm gonna go walk over there and see that.
Hanging on the top, on the mirror on the top of it.
Hanging on the mirror on the top. There it is.
Yeah, is that there, yes?
Yeah. So that's the picture of your dad that you're talking about.
That's, the only one I got that's showing.
Oh, and the Model T in the background?
Yeah, that's.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's Model T in that kind. And his brothers that were sitting alongside, that was a big picture they had taken. I don't know who took the picture, but they were, it was my Uncle Otto and Matt, and there was, well, there was one other brother there, Carl or something like that, I think. I don't know who took the picture, but it showed he was cooking at the, he had an old campfire going. It showed him. Big picture. I don't know who got. Somebody cut that off and made that for me.
Hmm. That's cool.
You talk about World War II thing, but I got that book about this guy. Did I show you that with all his biography?
Oh yeah.
I still got that thing. I said nobody wanted to do the veterans things anymore. After the guy here that I would have died, one Jim Scott just died last couple of weeks ago, and another guy, and about 90 years old. This Ed was he moved in here just in about 2010, the last year I had that, and he had I don't know, 20 years in the Navy or something like that. And he died the same week, almost the same day practically. All of a sudden, this Ed was sitting there in the front. He stared all day long. He just sat there. They said something's wrong with him, and they called him. His niece, his wife, and all the family was gone, and they backed him off to the hospital, and he died a couple days later.
Oh, jeez.
And this Jim Scott, he was bent over. His back like he was on a walker. He like this.
Oh, okay. I remember seeing that guy. Sure.
Yeah, well, he died, and another one of the guys and things that across the street, he got dizzy spells. He kept passing out, and his wife had died a couple of years ago, and so he's across the street there now. His Bernie that lived in, I think, that organized the thing, he died, and Christ, I got into that group. I thought, I moved in here. They said I was 80 years old. I told you this, and I thought I would be one of the older guys. I was the youngest one there. I said, geez, Bernie was 2 years older than I was. Jim, they all about 2 years older. There's a couple guys left. There's one guy lives in the cottage over there. He comes over all the time. He's got to talk to me too. They all were pilots, you know, and I was just a radio operator. And, yeah. But I was the guy that they wanted to do it. I said, you guys should do that, Christ, you're all lieutenants and captains and, no. This guy next door here, this Ed Henry, he was a lieutenant colonel. He was in stationed in Nevada with that, some kind of that nuclear thing there, you know. And actually his girlfriend lives the other end, that's Shirley Kinder, that's Julie's great-grandmother, Julie's grandmother.
Oh, okay, sure.
So they see each other all the time. And he said, he believes in nuclear energy, and Pep said, that's the worst thing, that they got a big argument over that, they would tell him. He was, Pep was telling me that night. He didn't say much. I don't see much of him. He's down there by her all the time, and I don't go around much. I don't even. It's getting so bad I can't read. They have these little lunches and stuff, and I can't read the board anymore. They put them on red and black or blue, and I'm so colorblind at this side now. I can't even. They put it on red. There's nothing with that black print. I can't read that at all. Yeah. Well,
So you talking about the posters on the news?
So I don't even know what's going on. And he said, "Why did somebody read it to you?" I says, "I got to get me a Seeing Eye girl."
Seeing that girl.
Any volunteers? I'm afraid I'd get a couple of more. I want. Oh, there's one. They got a big kick out of this. This one gal, she lived here before with her husband, and he was getting kind of bad. He was from Texas. He wanted to go home to die, so they moved back to Texas, and that was 3-4 years ago. And he died about. Mother died at 9. He died at 10, and she moved back here. And she's got her eye on me, I guess. Every time I go down, she works in the store in the afternoons on Mondays. I go down there once in a while and take her to pick up cookies or something like that, or eggs. She gives me a big hug, and anyway, she, Valentine's Day, she's got a daughter here. She took her daughter and her husband out for dinner. She came back, and I'm sitting there with about 3-4 other guys there talking. She come over and gave me a big kiss and a hug, and they all sit there and looked at I said, oh no, not that, not in front. No. Nobody said a word. They just sit there with their eyes like that, and she left, and nobody said anything. And I said, she's a very friendly girl. Yeah, I see that, they said.
A very friendly girl.
She invited me up to watch movies with her. She said, I got a lot of videos. We can watch movies. That's the sense of spider to the fly. Come into my parlor, right? Hey, you know, she's been married, I think she said 4 times, and all 4 husbands died on her. This guy in Texas went down there. He was a nice guy. He used to be in that veterans group, too. Stomach all come apart, his intestines had holes in it. He was leaking in, he had infections in it, all kinds of stuff like that. So. And she moved back here. She says, her daughter lives here. So I stay away from the store when she's working.
Afraid she's gonna get your stomach messed up too?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. It's too old, too late for that. That's funny. I said, the worst thing you could have did is do that in front of one of those guys sitting there. Everybody never said real quiet. They all looked. They didn't know I was really getting. A couple of guys said, well, you know, that's the Black Widow. I says, yeah.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, it was funny. We had a good time. Yeah, everybody gets a Gail and the gals in the office, they get a big kick out of it. Your group, you're talking about you're settling the world affairs? I said, we gave up on the world a long time ago. Yeah. She said, you really draw a crowd. He said, every time you get there, there's all kinds of people come over. I said, I don't know. Maybe it's because I got big ears or something like that. Yeah.
Big ears?
I'm a good listener, I said, I learned a lot years ago, you can learn more by listening than you can by talking. Telling Pep that, you know, he's always going, I said, you know, sometimes Pep, you should stop. You can learn a lot more by listening than you can by talking. I said, stop and listen to some of these guys once in a while, maybe they got some ideas too. You never know. Yeah, I suppose you're right, he says, yeah, right. It took a lot of years, you know, to get all this mental philosophy, as you call it. So I like to type people. I look at people and listen to them and figure what kind of the characters are. It seems it kind of always does that way. Yeah. That's why when I worked, I said, you meet such a cross section of people. It's unbelievable. They talk about everybody has their own personalities. That's no lie. I said there isn't too many people. There isn't two people in this world alike, mentally or philosophy-wise. I don't think.
Yeah, that's, Cody and I were talking one time, back when we were roommates, we were talking and I mentioned to him, I was always amazed at how good of a memory he had. He always, oh geez, he remembers everybody, he remembers when he saw him, he remembers, you know, what they said, and he remembered people I couldn't even imagine remembering, you know, that type of thing. And I told him, I said, I'm always amazed at your memory, you know, that you remember all these people. And he said, Mike, I gotta tell you, the one thing about you that amazes me is that in 30 seconds you got somebody pegged. You know who they are, you know what they are, you know whether they're honest or not honest or whatever. He says, in such a remarkably short amount of time, you can figure somebody out. Maybe that's something I got from you. I just sit back and kind of listen and figure out what they are, observe.
Yeah, well, that's what I always was act that way, type people. But I was always a quiet one. I never said much. I listened all the time. People, even in high school, they talk like that. I got along well with the big guys, and I had to. I said, you know, beat the crap out of me if I didn't. Well, Pep, when he was going to the church with Julie, there was a gal there that was in Watertown High School with me. She was a couple of years younger than I.
Oh, really?
So he said we was going there for some kind of a breakfast before Easter that a couple of years ago. And he said, well, you gotta bring that along, she's gonna be there. So I got an old yearbook from 1945, and I bought that, and she was a sophomore then, she's 2 years younger. She lives out in Elm Grove, and she came in there and she said, oh God, we had big hugs and stuff like that. And she says, yeah, he says, I always used to see you in the school. You always say hi to me. She says, I said, you didn't have to do that. I was hoping you would take me off of that. I said, well, ask me for a date. I said, now you tell me. I said, no. I said, that's it. But I said, after school work, I got out of school at 3 o'clock and I went to work 3:30 to 9:30 every day and Saturdays, and so I never had a chance to go out much. But, yeah, she had a big kick. She said when she went in and she seen Pep, she said, oh my God, that's Phil reincarnated, she said.
Oh, no.
She looked like, he evidently looked like me, she said, just like I did back in high school. I said, boy, that poor kid. Yeah.
Well, did she know that he was your son? Or did she just...
Well, when he introduced himself, then she met us, yeah, she said, when he first seen him, then they told him, oh yeah, they said, you got a dad? They said, lived in, yeah, he mentioned Watertown. Oh yeah, she says, I graduated it. So I took that book.
So she saw him, and she thought, before she'd ever met him or anything like that, she thought she recognized you in him.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
That is something, I thought that was, she must be putting me on. She said, no, that's what she said. Told me, she said.
Huh.
She said, I was shocked, you looked like you did. She said, you must be older than that now. I said, he thought he was me. I said, but no. It can't be two me's, that's for sure. Oh, I've seen that. I bought a chicken, where is that thing? Here it is. They had chickens on sale here, 88 cents.
Oh, okay.
I bought a chicken, and we went in there and looked at
About 88 cents a pound.
Pound, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And they were, the smallest one we had, a little 8 pounds and stuff, so that's what I got. 8-pound chicken, I hope it fits in that kettle. It should, I said I had a,
You don't have that cooking right now, you're.
oh no, I got it, I just got it down to seal it. So I remember to start that, I always start that to 1, 2 o'clock, and then when it's simmer, we'll cook it, and gotta cut that big crapper out, yeah. Oh, I have that, little, cutting board and stuff I got for Christmas, that works nice, like, you know, your knife is sharp.
Yeah, that's nice, that's
Yeah.
nice.
That worked out really well. That's nice. I chop up my vegetables, and it's got that little lip, it's something they don't slide off on the
Well,
floor.
one of the kids gave you that, or was that one of the presents that you got from
Under
that?
the tree prayer.
Okay, okay.
And when I got that, I said, that's a good pick, I said, that was all right, it's
That's
got a
cool.
knife and that, goes with it. It's,
Yeah, I remember it, it was a purple knife handle
Yeah.
too, right?
that's, yeah.
Yeah, there you go, sure. That worked out real good. I just set that there so that
That's all
it
right.
it wouldn't be blocking
Yeah.
the camera.
Wisconsin was playing no, Wisconsin. They had, the Olympics, they had this morning, there was, usually, United States playing Finland for the silver medal.
For the bronze, yeah,
Yeah.
'cause, yeah, right.
So anyway, I was watching that for a while, and it was 0-0 at the end of the first period, and the start of the second period, I turned it back on. Quick, Finland scored 2 goals within less than 30 seconds, and there was 2-0, then I shut it off, I don't know. They, just can't put any offense together.
Well, they're the ones that put Russia away, aren't
Yeah.
they? Finland?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Americans beat Russia, I think it was.
Well, the Americans beat Russia in the first round,
Yeah,
but Russia was still in the,
Oh, yeah,
in the
still.
tournament.
yeah.
And then they got knocked out of the tournament by
Finland,
Finland.
that's right, Finland
Yeah.
won the second time, that's why Finland's in on this one, yeah. It looked like me, unless the United States got real lucky that they were gonna get what would they be, make them bronze, or that they first?
Yeah, no, they lost out of, they lost their last, what was it, Sweden?
They played,
Canada, they lost to
beat 'em.
Canada. So
Yeah.
Canada and Sweden are playing for the gold and silver,
Right,
and the United
And
States
this
and
is the
Finland are
bronze,
for the
then.
bronze, right?
so they'll be out
Third
of
and
the,
fourth place,
they'll
right?
be out of the medals, and, biggest flop was American speed skaters,
Oh, that was terrible.
Jeez.
Terrible. And you know, they went and built, all this experimentation and
Yeah.
everything for that outfit,
That suit, yeah.
that suit. Under Armour and,
Yeah.
what was it, Lockheed, I think?
Yeah.
The missile manufacturer. They put all that effort into, coming up with this fancy schmancy thing and couldn't do shit.
Well, they figured,
Did you see that one girl skater, that was last week? She got done with her race, and you know how they always unzip and everything like that? But she had nothing on underneath, right? She unzipped down like her belly button and almost exposed herself. And whoa, wait a minute, I don't have anything on underneath.
no, I didn't see.
Yeah, it was kind of a funny little controversy. They had a downhill skier, a girl downhill skier won the gold yesterday.
Yeah,
little
they
16-year-old
showed
girl.
that, and they were showing her picture in the sports
Or
section.
18-year-old girl, whatever.
18-year-old, yeah, she gold in the slalom. That was good, I watched that was pretty decent.
Yeah, I watched that too, and then last night afterwards, I stayed up a little bit later and watched the interview.
Oh, yeah,
Bob Costas interviewed her afterwards. Just,
So I watched it up until, then I watched the 10 o'clock news, and then I went to bed, and I didn't watch the other part of that. Did you see that, video that, this guy that took Jerry Leno's place, what is his name,
Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
Yeah, so he did of, Brian Winters has that, on channel, NBC, he's got that NBC Nightly News.
Yeah, right.
He had a video with pictures of him with some rap music, you know, and all kinds of different pictures of talking. They had that on there.
I didn't see that, no.
Oh, that was funny. They showed it the other night, and they partying away. What's this guy? Lou. That fills in for Brian Winters. Anyway, he was doing the MC last night because Brian Winters is on his way home, and he showed that thing. He says, "Pal," and he says, "That's a good thing." And one line, one up for you. It's really funny. They show big flashes of him talking. There's two guys talking and stuff, and it's rap music in there.
Yeah, okay.
It was kind of cute. His first night he was on, and the tonight show he showed that. I think that was a real. I don't think Brian Winters never made a comment about this. Lou Holt, is that Holt's his name? He fills in for.
No, Lou Holtz is the
Yeah, he's a coach.
football coach.
There's something I can never remember names for. That's terrible.
I don't watch the evening news often enough, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know these
I
guys.
watch Channel 4 News. I like that. Then and he's on at 5:30.
NBC News.
NBC News. And he's pretty good.
I just got done reading a book a month or so ago. It was the Walter Cronkite biography.
Yeah.
Cronkite. That's an interesting biography. He was a decent.
Yeah, they were talking about that on the news about somebody's book, and showing some of the pictures way back when.
Yep.
Yeah.
He seemed like a nice guy. I mean, you know, he wasn't necessarily the salt of the earth or anything like
Yeah.
that. He had a decent enough ego, and you know, but he was very, very much a by the book newscaster. You know, he did things right that way, and
Well, that was pretty neat. Yeah. Yeah, they had a lot of good guys. They said that the guy that used to do that, he does specials now on NBC.
Brokaw, Tom Brokaw.
Tom Brokaw, yeah. He said he's got some kind of a
Yeah, he's got skin cancer or something like that.
something like
melanoma
that.
or whatever.
I was just thinking that's what Nancy had.
Yeah.
Guys around here got something, they got a spot taken off here and one taken off that melanoma. I don't know if it's melanoma. One guy goes down to the VA and he used to go, "Oh, you gotta go and sign up for the VA and all that stuff." I was gonna do that, but I almost had insurance that covered everything, and I had to go way down there, Wisconsin Avenue. Now they got there. We moved way down on National Avenue, and he said, "Oh, that's really good." And I talked to him a week ago. He says, "Well, yeah, I go to VA, but then I go to my old doctor too." He said, "I really don't trust those guys. They're young anymore. They say tell them to do this and do that." And I thought too. I said, "It's all right. That's fine. Everything is free." They gave him one of these lifeline buttons. You know, "Oh, that's good." I said, "Well, when you ring that, who does it call?" "I don't even know." He says, "Yeah."
Makes him feel good that he's got it on though, huh?
Well, he did use it. He went down. They didn't know what to do when they got the signal down there. And, I said it was something like your mother had that receiver right there that you could talk, press a button, and then you could hear them on. But they don't have that. That just sends a signal only. I said, "Does it work through the phone line?" "I don't know." I said, "Oh, it doesn't work through the phone line." They said, "How do they get the signal down there?" Yeah. Well, I don't know how that works, but they sell those things, so evidently.
Oh, it's gotta be some sort of an
radio wave or
emergency.
something. There's gotta be a sending unit or something.
Yeah.
I know that much I know. This is starting my 24th year of retirement.
Oh, really? Congratulations.
1990, January 1990, I retired. Yeah. I think our last 5 years here it is what was going in the 24th year. I was too dumb to die, I guess. Yeah.
Well, hey, obviously you planned pretty well, because here you are, living a life of luxury. You got girls chasing you down, and everybody wants to talk to you when you walk around.
The trouble is, girl will chase me down and go faster than I am now.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
might catch me, I don't know. I don't know if I could handle it going another person. Once in a while, maybe it'd be nice to have a little company. But I'm getting too, like Deb says, you're too much of a loner now. I said, I'm getting used to this living. I kind of like being by myself at times. And then there are times when you need company too. I said, it'd be nice. I go down and shoot the breeze with the guys in the week and enjoy. He really can fight. He got all his, he's worth quite a bit of money. I said, he had medical retirement. He had a heart valve problem. He was still working. He's only in his 70s, early 70s. Anyway, he had that, and he had a medical retirement, his Social Security disability and all that stuff. And he was saying he went down to have a will made out, and he was telling me, he showed me all his assets and how he had this divided up. Now he said his lady friend, he's known her for years, he said, I'm leaving her $25,000, and I thought, boy, I bet she expects more than that after all this. I didn't say nothing, I just listened. Evidently he had a big cottage, a very nice cottage. He said, you don't remember where it was, 150 miles from here, he said, or 90 miles from here, someplace, some lake nearby. He could make it back in about 4 hours, 3 hours, a couple hours anyway. And he showed me pictures of that, and I was sitting on the patio, and I showed his lady friend sitting there, and a lady friend, he calls it, not a girlfriend, a lady friend. He's known her for years. Every Wednesday they go to a Chinese place for dinner, and it is kind of funny.
But he's the one that's going out, that's kind of going out with one of the girls, or with Julie's grandma now, or?
No, that's the guy next door.
Oh.
Henry, his name was.
So Angel still got this girlfriend?
Yeah, Angel is, she doesn't live here, she lives someplace else, and he just, he sees her, and he said, I had to take her to the doctor the other day, and then it was Wednesday. We usually go out on Wednesdays, but then the weather was bad, and we didn't. She says, I had to wait till Thursday to get my Wednesday chicken, Chinese food. I said, boy, talk about a guy being regimented life, you know. And he comes out.
Is he still driving?
He drives, yeah. She does. She's, he said he's got a guy Mercury at
Grand Marquis.
Grand Marquis. He says, I ride her, but she drives so slow, she scares me. He said, she's a lot older than she must. He says, she's 80. I thought he said he's in 80s, so she must be, 10 years older than he is. I don't know how they got, he never explained how they got tangled up, and I never was married. And he got, anyway, just $25,000 for her, and for the Heart Association, he's leaving so much, a big 100,000 or something like that. And I all laid down to explain that to me. I said, I went down, it took me all day down there to get that worked out. I said, I was thinking it'd take half a day just to understand what you want, Because, although he does speak pretty, sometimes he can't express himself right.
No hablo too well, huh?
You gotta find a word for him.
Okay.
But I worked with a guy from Puerto Rico, and he said he came, when he moved up here, he said, the reason I got my citizenship, I joined the Army then. He was in the service for a while, and he said, nobody around. He said, I learned my English in a tavern. He says, I was just wanted guy at work. And when he started working for me as a drill grinder, he said, gee, you're the only guy that ever showed me anything. Nobody showed me nothing. He said, nobody showed. Even he worked in second shift with the lead man out there, and that guy wouldn't tell you anything. He got a new guy in there. He said, here's a machine, here's a fixture, here's a tool, grind it. The guy would look at him, and he'd wait till I came in, and I got stuck with all the new guys. But I would take this. So Mark Nellis said, he said, when you try to train a guy, it's like going back to school. He says, you've got everything so laid out.
Right.
So well, that's just the way I am. I lay out everything. When I cook, I said, all my spices are out there, and everybody gets a laugh out of that. But it works for me. I said, this system, I remember where I am then. But that was good. Anyway, this guy, getting back to him with all that, and he explained everything he got in the heart. And this group, I got
You're talking about Angel now.
Yeah, this group I leave him so much, and this guy, he's giving them more than he's giving his girlfriend, lady friend, and he was known her for 20 years. I got the biggest kick out. I had all I could do to keep from laughing. I was sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, okay, if that's the way you want it." I said, "Well, that's your money." Said he sold his cottage for $225,000. So, and he never was married, and he said he had a bunch of jobs and all that stuff. Yeah.
What did he do?
He worked for the foundry for a while. Then he worked another. I couldn't understand what the last factory. He didn't say what the name of the place was. If he did, I didn't catch it because he talks real low voice, and I only hear half his words. I say, "What? What?" And I said, "Well, I'm a light bulb." But anyway. Anyway, yeah, I was surprised that I didn't say anything. "What do you think?" I said, "Well, that's your whatever you want." I said, "That's your money." I said, "You do with what you want." I said, "Will your lady friend be satisfied?" "Oh, $25,000, that should be enough for her." He said, "All right." And I didn't tell anybody else that. I said, he said, "One thing I like about you, you talk to you never, none of these other guys ever hear anything I say to you." I said, "Well, I don't repeat anything." I said, "It's something having a thick skull. It goes in this screen and stays there. It doesn't come out the other side. It'll come out this side." That's how they get along in the world. You smile, I don't know, they beat the crap out of you and say, "Next time we'll do it better. You didn't kill me this time, next time do better." Yeah. No, you gotta, how is it worth, go with the flow. So
Go with the flow. Yeah.
it's good.
And they still got that cedar chest sitting over at Kathy's house.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get it shipped across country. That's why it's sitting there, because
Oh, yeah,
they had it refurbished. That's Lil's old cedar chest, right?
yeah, I did. I paid for that. They were good. They cost $400. They couldn't do anything with the little. They're sitting outside so much. Kind of the paneling is kind of warped a bit, and some of that in the front of it. It says, but
So you had that completely redone,
yeah, it's
and then it's sitting over at Kathy and Greg's waiting for some way to get it to Jenny's. Well, that'll work. I mean, we'll
Yeah.
get it out there eventually, but it's good that it hadn't been out there yet anyhow, because they really.
It's gotta be something. If somebody's driving out there, it's got room to put that big thing in the back. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty old. They bought that before we were married. That's pre-1950 stuff. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she had that, and that's that aluminum cookware we had. That she bought before we was married. She was all set for getting married.
She had her cedar chest and her aluminum cookware. She was all set. Now all she needs is a husband, huh?
They call her hope chest. I said, "That's your hopeless chest." Oh yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, that was funny when one time Kathy came in and we were in the basement of the house, and they were going through some of the old wedding cards we had. And there was one card with $10 in it.
Oh, really?
I says, "Oh, for crying out loud, how did you miss that?" "Oh, for crying out loud," she said. Yeah, something like $10. And then lots of $10 was a lot of money.
Yeah,
back in
hell,
those days.
that was.
Shit, I thought too. Holy Christ, $10 in 1950.
I saw one of your pay stubs back from the 50s from Evinrude. It was like $90 for the week, $98 or whatever.
Yeah,
So $10, shit, that was
yeah, yeah. My
better part of a day's labor, right?
Yeah, $90. That's two. House payment was $100, $108 in Milwaukee. So the one week's pay made my house payments, and
That house on 62nd Street was $108 a month.
yeah, well, 108. That's when we moved out to the Falls. It was 108. It was a little older than that. $90. That's about paid for something like that. It was just about that.
Okay.
It's funny. I had a GI loan. He said the low rates there was 6% then. But now, of course, you can get a loan for 3.4 or 3.4 or 3.5, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I get such a kick out of listening to people talk about the.
Well, back then, home loans were, conventional loans were 8%, so 6% was a cheap loan.
Well, yeah, and you're buying a $10,000, $20,000 house, right?
Yeah,
A whole different program.
oh yeah, that's a lot of water over the dams and so.
Do you remember how much the house sold for on 62nd Street?
Just about what I paid for it, I said that,
No, I mean, what was it? What did you pay for it?
I paid, about 12,000, I think.
12,000?
And they sold it for about 14 something, 14.9 or so, 14 and a half or something like that, so. And I was in there 5 years, and I put a garage on it and cement driveway and, yeah. That's about all I put into it. The garage was only $600 or something, $500 or something like that. And the driveway was $150 or $200 or something. No, Christ.
That'd be 10 grand.
Yeah. It's paid that much for a bag of concrete now. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like the house too, it was $17,900 when I bought that, and I sold it, it was
The one in Menominee Falls.
Yeah,
17.9.
192. The time I had to pay the things I only got. Time I got everything done on real estate, I had to pay closing costs and the real estate, and they only could get two. That was when they buy it, sell it yourself thing to that guy. Paid him $500. He puts it on the internet and that things and stuff like that. And it was, what did I get? About 184 or something, 185 when I got done. So,
Well, that's a hell of an investment.
yeah,
Paid 17.9, got 184 for it. Well, 192.
yeah, I paid it.
Walked away with 184.
Well, I paid $15,000 for those windows in there. It's almost the same price as the house was. And other stuff in there. Driveway was $750, $780 or something like that. $750, I think. And when I put it just before I had to put the new driveway.
Oh, Christ, no, it was more than that. 750?
What did I pay for the new driveway? Yeah, that was all that was. And what's this? Guy said, I can do it for that, $750. So
Wow.
he did a good job. I was surprised at cheap
Yeah.
as it was. Because they wanted to put, Village wanted me to put blacktop on the end. I priced blacktop. They wanted, the cheapest price I could get was almost $1,285 or $1,285. That was more than the whole yard. And so I said, cement it in. And I put a new culvert in. And they said, well, if we ever have to go to the culvert, we got to break that all up. I said, fine, tell that to somebody else. And no, I didn't. I had them cement it all the way to the end. Everybody said, why not? Why not? They said, well, it's a village, worry about that. I had a new culvert in there, so that would last a few years.
Yeah, they ended up coming out with the sewer anyhow, so.
Yeah. Well, they had sewer in by that time, so, but they didn't have pulled the culverts in.
Oh, okay, okay.
They wanted some of these places like in Brookfield, where that fancy subdivision, you know, where they put the pipes across there and covered that all up through their ditches, so everything was smooth. Wintertime they all froze up, and the village says no. After that, Brookfield says no, we're not doing that no more. They had to go out there every those Imperial Heights.
Imperial Estates?
Yeah,
or,
Imperial Estates, yeah.
yeah.
They had they looked nice, but I almost did that too. I could get a chance. I could get some plastic pipe real cheap. I was going to run that sump pump out, go underneath the culvert, and after hearing that, I said, no, maybe I better not do that. Oh yeah, a lot of stuff, a lot of memories in that old place.
Yep. You raised 4 kids in that house.
Yeah, all grew. All grew up, went to school. Pep was just going into first grade when we moved out there. Yeah. And we moved out in 2007. And there was nothing left but the memories.
I went in there that day that you guys moved out. I went there and took a picture of every frickin' square inch of that
Yeah.
house.
Right?
It was empty, but I got
Yeah.
every square inch of that house. I have to have 150 pictures of that.
Oh, shit.
I got it on the computer.